as usual, I like to set kind of the tone. I like to set the mood, I guess you would say, for my practice before I start. Having something that helps to clear the energy, to cleanse and clear the energy so you have like good energy going into your practice is very important. Energy is very important, and yeah, you just want to make sure, just want to cleanse your energy, your space. Make sure you're bringing in light and good energy during your practice. You could do that with a different. There's a different metaphysical tools or spiritual tools that you can use. My favorite is a white candle, because white candle represents light and clearance and cleansing and everything like that. The next thing I'm going to do, which I love, incense. So incense just gives a calming vibe, just with like the smoke, and if you do a nice scent that you like, it also connects to your senses. And this is I have lavender. I'm out of my lavender incense. This is the last one. The last one to represent my last day of being 27 years old. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to, I felt inclined to turn on the camera and kind of just document or have you guys do my practice with me, or connect to my intuition with me, however, or whatever I'm going to title this. But this is my spiritual practice. This is how I have learned to connect to my intuition, as a person who used to, and I'm still healing, I'm still working through it, but as a person who used to be very anxious, worry about everything, would always think of the worst possible outcomes of things, who lives in her mind, who's an overthinker, who has struggled with panic attacks and anxiety attacks multiple times in her life. So, and yeah, who also a person, when you have anxiety comes with the feeling the need to be in control of everything, which is not really the most practical way to move through life, because if, realistically, we can be in control of some things, but with life happens, and we cannot be in control of everything. And if you believe in a higher power, which I have always thought I did, but it's crazy because it's like, well, if I believe in a God, why am I trying to control everything? Like, why am I should have, that's where having faith comes in, and me being able to like let go and let God. That doesn't mean that I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing, but as far as like when it comes to worrying about like what if this happens, what if that happens, sorry, my nose is itching. Yeah, just like trusting God, because we will want to trust God when we ask God to, when we say a prayer, or we ask God to do something for us, we don't doubt it then, or so I don't know, it's just like, or when we are manifesting or anything like that, you have to trust, you have to have faith, and you have to let go of that control, because you trying to be in control of something could block a blessing, or just, could block you from having good things happen to you. So I've had to learn that through, hopefully you guys can't hear or feel I have my washer going, and it's kind of shaking my room a little bit because the washer is right near my room, my office. But anyways, I've had to learn that through through being 27, and boy, has it been a journey, but it's been so fulfilling, and I definitely feel like I'm so much better with my anxiety and my worry, and I have released all control. Oh my gosh, I never thought I would be able to say that as a person who's anxious, but I have, and it's been so freeing. Anyways, I'm not supposed to be like talking right now. I'm supposed to be doing my practice. It is 6:34 right now. So like I said, step 1, setting the tone, setting the energy, bringing the energy that I want to attract or bring in for my practice. cleansing. Cleansing is number one, cleansing your space. Number two is setting the tone, setting the vibes, whether you want to use incense, or they have a bunch of essential oils or whatever you want to use. You can do that. So we got my lavender. We got the lavender incense going. We got the thing. So now we're ready for our to center ourselves, to connect to our bodies, and ultimately connect to our intuition, or at least like it's like you're going on a date with your inner self, if that makes sense. You're checking in on your body, like, are you good? Like, how are you feeling right now? Okay, like, what's going on in there? And we have to do that for ourselves. So yeah. If you're first starting out, it may seem silly, or you may not feel anything. You may be like, well, that didn't feel. Let me tell you, you not feeling something after a practice is normal, especially in the beginning stages. And it could go on for like a couple months. Some people, it depends on how connected you are and how intuitive you are with your body, but just keep going. Do it without expectation at first. I promise you, as a person who is very much like was not really, I'm more of a logical person than like a focus on feelings first, and that may be because I'm an Aquarius. Yeah, and I have an Aries moon on top of that. So yeah, I'm grateful for my Pisces rising, because that gives me a little balance. And I do believe that's what that helps with my intuition in some areas, but the Aquarius sun in me wants to like think my way through things instead of like trusting my feelings. So anyways, so yeah, I'm going to start off with my meditation practice. For me, I like to make meditation as simple as possible. Some people like to use guided meditation, and that's totally fine, especially when you're first starting out. But I've noticed that if I learned how to meditate from just the basics, which is just having myself, it may be a timer nearby, then I can never make an excuse as to why I can't meditate right now, or meditate every day, or wherever I am in my life. I could always just turn on a timer and just meditate there. So I like to I'm at 15 minutes right now as far as in my meditation journey. I'm pretty sure I've been to some meditation classes and I have done like maybe 20 minutes, but my good space is 15 minutes right now. And when I started out my meditation, I started at 5 minutes. So I definitely took my time going through meditation. But anyways, I'm talking a lot. I need to get into my practice. So So yeah, I'll just go set a 15-minute timer. I say if you're just starting out, you should start off with 5 minutes. But 15 minutes, if you're looking for the standard practice that you will get like a full good, I guess, deep meditation, like the recommended time for meditating is 15 to 20 minutes. But I do believe, once again, if you're first starting out, you shouldn't try to aim for that. You should just do a little bit at a time. You could start off with 5 minutes, then you could do 6 minutes, or then you could skip to 10 minutes, or you just figure out what works for you, but baby steps. So yeah, and making sure I have my phone on loud too, or vibration, just so you can know when the timer goes off, because there's been times where I'm meditating, I'm like, oh my gosh, this meditation seems like it's so long. But yeah. And then I like to start off my meditation practice with my singing bowl. This is not necessary. I just want, as a person who used to work at a metaphysical store or a spiritual store, metaphysical means tools that you use to connect to your spiritual routines and stuff like that for different spiritual things. But I learned we had a full shop full of tools, metaphysical tools, and then we had services in the back, like chakra balancing and energy healing, and then we had classes, that was meditation classes and just certain things like that. And the craziest thing is the thing that was that people spent the most money on was tools, just because they thought that tools would be the thing that like can expedite their spiritual or whatever they were manifesting or whatever. And it's crazy because that's so backwards. A lot of the times we don't even know how to use the tools as properly as we should, especially when you're first starting out. And you do not need these tools. All you need is yourself, ultimately. It's nice to have tools, it's nice to have extras and stuff like that, but you really just, you don't need it. But it's very nice if you want to like elevate your practice, or there's benefits. But I do believe ultimately you should learn how to connect to yourself, and getting like energy healings and having community environments, connecting with community and doing women's circle. Like, I think those things are it's just funny people's like priorities, which is fine because that's how it's marketed. People market tools, and even crystals are great, but you don't need like 1,000. You can if you enjoy it, but ultimately if you really want to be in tune with yourself and connected, and connected to your intuition, and the core spirituality is within. So I am talking a lot. Okay, let me first. So I like to go into my practice by, I will like to go around 3 times and then I'll stop. And then I'll start doing like, I'll be breathing, doing deep inhales, long exhales. And I try to do that maybe 3 to 5 times, just so I can clear out any energy, center myself, release any energy, just get centered and get calm. That helps me get calm in my practice. So, okay, let's start. Okay, I just finished. I had a lot to write in my journal. I went over my 5 minutes, but I didn't mention in the beginning that, so for my practice, I like to meditate, like I said, to tap into my intuition. And I start off by doing like 3 to 5 like big inhales and long exhales. And throughout the whole practice, I just focus on my breath. I just focus on me inhaling and exhaling. It's like I'm looking, like when I'm closing my eyes, I'm just thinking about, or I'm just observing whenever I take a breath and whenever I let it out. You can like look at it. You can like kind of observe like your nose inhaling, like feeling the air go into your nose and feeling the air come out of your nose or your mouth. Or you can focus on your chest rising whenever you exhale and then it deflating. Your chest rising when you inhale, your chest or it deflating when you exhale. Just focusing on your breath, okay? As whatever that looks like for you, focusing on your breath going in, coming in, and going out. And you just do that the whole time. Your mind will wander, okay? Most of the time, unless you're just very in tune and very controlled with your thoughts. But if you're an overthinker like me, you're thinking about everything, the random things coming in your head that you're like, oh, maybe sometimes you don't even want to. Like, it's crazy because I used to hear that meditation can bring up like uncomfortable feelings, and I never really understood like, okay, but that's happened to me as I've developed more into my practice. I will have like something random come in my head, like a fear or an anxiety or a what if situation or just something weird. And I'm just kind of like, why did that come through? But I always write it down because that's what, a lot of the times we go through life, we experience things in life in the past that we don't realize sticks to our body, that is still in here. Just because we have mentally moved away from it, our body is still in our bodies, unless we pay attention to that and heal it. But a lot of people get used to just pushing things back and just moving on from it, like, had something in my mouth. And we just like moving on from, I ate some oatmeal before this. But like moving on, we don't realize how much things we just push back. And when we push back or we don't heal something or we don't tend to it or we just try to like distract ourselves from it and escape from it, it's still there, so, and it comes out through like anxieties and just different feelings or random weird thoughts or just even like mental health and just stuff like that. And we wonder like why, and it's like because we're not sitting with those emotions, and tracking them down over time will make us kind of like start to think like, where did that stem from? And like it's just a whole process. So I like to meditate. Like I said, if I have random thoughts, I'll just recenter I'll notice I'm having a thought, and then I just start focusing on my breath again. That probably happens like 20 plus times throughout my meditation practice. Some days are better than others, and I'm able to really just focus on my breath the whole time. But there are a lot of days where I'm like, the whole practice is me just focusing on my breath, then veering off and thinking about something random, or a random thought comes up, or a feeling, or an emotion. And then I have to recenter again. And then something else comes. So it's just kind of like getting distracted mentally and then bringing yourself back to your breath. And that's the whole point of meditation. So you can just learn to like recenter yourself and get back into yourself. It's like just getting used to coming back. So you can apply that to if you're you're able to control your thoughts and your emotions and know that your thoughts and your feelings are just there, but you're in control of recentering yourself and calming yourself. So it's it's a journey, but it's been very rewarding because I've done it. I've started to use my meditation practice when I'm actually in a heightened state of like emotion, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a different person. Like the fact that I'm able to control my emotions with my breath is like the most fulfilling thing ever, because you don't need all these things that, like all these because some people when they're dealing with hard times or hard emotions, they try to, the biggest thing is like you trying to mend something with like alcohol or drugs or smoking or anything like that, or distracting. But really we all need to learn to sit with those uncomfortable emotions And like I said, document it so then we can understand, we can go through the healing process and question why we feel that way. And then also we learn to sit with our emotions and to be able to calm ourselves with our breaths and stuff. So anyways, it's a process, but like I said, if you do it every day and you have no expectations, you schedule it in your day. I think the morning time and first thing when you wake up in the morning is like the best, because it's like a morning routine. It's literally, you think of it like brushing your teeth. Like, okay, I gotta wake up, meditate, brush my teeth, meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, brush my teeth, wash my face. You just do it, and then over time, you start to realize. And then you also do it when you are feeling like you are feeling stressed or sad, or you have any heightened emotion that is like, I mean, you can even do it when you're happy, of course, but like any heightened emotions, like when you're feeling stressed or you're feeling angry, that is the time that you need to do your meditation practice the most. And it's also going to be the most difficult time to do it, because you don't want to, when you're angry or sad or scared, the last thing you're trying to do is center your breath, because you have these big emotions. I remember the last time I was really angry about something, and I had like my whole chest was pounding and I was just enraged, and the last thing I wanted to do was sit down and try to like focus on my breath. But I did it. I set my timer, which the timer is just really good for me, because it's like, okay, I have no excuse. I cannot stop this. I have to meditate until that timer goes off. My camera died, but as I'm enraged, heart pounding, just wanting to crying too, as with it, I'm just like trying to focus on my breath, just trying to focus. And once again, it's hard. I'm having to recenter myself because I'm thinking about what's making me mad, but I'm still like having the discipline to recenter myself. Get back to your breath, get back to your breath. Get focused on your inhaling and exhaling. And when I tell you, over a course of a couple of minutes, I noticed my pulse or my heartbeat started to get slower and slower and slower. And by the end of that dang practice, I was in a calm state. And I was like, it was the most rewarding feeling. And I'm like, fuck yeah. This is what meditate, like this is working. Like, and I was so proud of myself, because like I didn't turn to a distraction. I didn't even turn to music, which is a comforting thing to do. But once again, we are born, a lot of people are not like raised to like sit with your emotions and also be able to control your emotions, and calm yourself, self-soothe, like soothe your own self. A lot of people are used to just turning to things to distract them, to make them feel better, or other people too, even so. And it's okay to be comforted by things, but like that's never going to solve the problem. We have to realize it's always just distracting us from our feelings. And yes, it may feel good, but our feelings are going to still be there because they're not taken care of. You know, they're not nurtured, they're not healed, we're not looking at it, we're not looking into it. Doing the hard work that really, you know, is not the most comfortable. Of course it's easy to just listen to music. Of course it's easy to smoke weed or a cigarette, even if I'm like, oh my gosh, cigarettes, that's, no judgment, but, or of course it's easy to take a shot or drink some alcohol, but until you actually learn to deal with your problems and sit with those dark thoughts and feelings and really learn to control your feelings, you're going to struggle with you're going to go through the same situation that has caused the feelings, the anxiety, the whatever discomfort feelings. So anyways, yeah. All right, so now I'm going to the last thing in my practice that I like to do. I just journaled. Actually, I have my astrology journal too. I should probably write in that. It just asked me 2 questions. Today's question is, the first question it always asks me is, it says I woke up dreaming, thinking / feeling ... So I have to write down what I woke up feeling and thinking today. And then the next question is, how can I lean into my growth edges today? So I'm gonna answer this, but I'm gonna do it off camera because that's just gonna be me. I'm just trying to hurry up and finish this video. So we're gonna end off. So usually I'll do both of those journals, and then I will or I'll journal and then answer the questions in my the prompt questions in my astrology planner. But I just want to do a final, like, what's my final, any messages or any last things I need to know for my last day of being 27 years old? Oh, the dog is barking. It's my boyfriend. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just pull 2 cards. I'm gonna pull 1 card for one of my decks, and then I'm gonna pull another card from another one of my decks. And I use oracle cards, so that's what I'm gonna be using today. I don't have tarot. I haven't learned tarot yet, and I don't know. I don't have really much of an interest to. I feel like at some point I should learn, and I kind of wish I would have started off with tarot, because at least if I would have started off with tarot, I would have like by now learned how to do it, and then I could have easily went to oracle, because tarot you have to learn, I guess, about specific things. But I like oracle because it's like, I don't know, it's like more intuitive. Also, I don't know, it's just what I'm used to, I guess. Okay. Thank you. And then I'm going to pull one from this card. Also, I'm still kind of getting used to the concept. I got introduced to the concept of or realizing that I have and we all have spirit guides who are assigned to us to help guide us through our lives. And, I'm still trying to understand it all. I had a very, very, this intuitive practitioner that I was really close with, and who literally helped me through my toughest times last year, and helped me just learn about this. She just taught me she helped me on my spiritual path, and she is intuitive, and she's very gifted, and she does energy healing, and she even went to school for it, which I didn't even know you could do that, but she was already born with the gifts. But I guess you can go to school for certain things, like a school for healers or people who are intuitive, or people who have that and just want to learn to heal. I mean, just want to learn the right ways to do it, because there is, anyways, it's just interesting that there's a school for that. But yeah, we lost touch, which really makes me so sad that right there is a sensitive topic for me, because it triggers my Chiron. It triggers a lot of feelings that I don't want to attach to, a lot of feelings that don't serve me. But yeah, now that I don't have her in my life, at least currently, I don't trust anyone else to do any healing, because I know there's a lot of people out there who claim that they are this and that. And there's a lot of people that can be very scammy and just trying to take your money, and you don't know if they're actually like legit and stuff. And yeah, so I don't even know why I was talking about this, but I just feel like right now, usually on my birthday is usually the time where I will like love to get a healing session, and I feel like, man, I guess I won't be getting one because I didn't trust anybody but her. I knew she was really she was really gifted, and yeah, so I don't know. But anyways, okay. Spirit guides. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like saying how it's been kind of not normal for me to like know how to talk to my spirit guides. She encouraged me to build a connection with them and just talk to them, you know, because they're here to help. And one part of me is like how like cool and exciting, and like how that, you know, I don't know, cool and exciting, I don't know if that's a good word, but I am interested. But part of me, the human part of me, is like, what the heck, like this is kind of creepy. Like I would be scared to know. This is like the uncertain parts of life, but you can't really, it's not a scary thing, you know, like people, yeah, I don't know. I'm literally still got a lot to learn on my journey, but I guess it's okay. I just got received of something. I didn't even ask, but I just got something. Okay. Wow, I got a meditate card. Okay, so apparently I need to continue meditating for my 28, and then, wow, I got this card again. I'm gonna need to look up what anima is. Oh, balancing. Okay, so I'll take a picture of it. Alright, these are my messages for my last day of 27. Interesting. I feel like I kind of know what this is saying. Let me take a picture too. Okay, so I believe my guides are trying to tell me that I need to continue to meditate, because meditation will help me balance the human, like the human experience with the more spiritual, and become aligned with both of those. That's how I feel. And I believe that. I really truly believe that I want to be like really good at, like in my 28th, my goal, one of my major goals, is to try my best to meditate and do yoga. First of all, just do my spiritual practice daily, but also doing yoga too, because I do believe like yoga is very special to me. It's very healing. My body benefits from stretching and movement and just certain things like that. So I just want to really be like so good at doing that every day, which I'm so bad at challenges, because like there's some people who could do a challenge and make it every day, and for me it's just there's always something, and I don't like that. Like part of me like wants to be able to complete a challenge for once in my life, and not like no matter what, like even the days where I feel the worst, I feel like I should be able to get a yoga practice in and a meditation. I should be able to do that. So I don't know, maybe I'll do a challenge for myself, but then I'm like, I do get discouraged if I miss a day, but I can't. But anyways, I believe this is telling me I need to meditate more. Meditation is very beneficial for me. It's something that I learned, like I said, that I learned about and I started to do more consistently when I turned 27. And I've developed tremendously in the past year of doing meditation. So I need to continue doing this, because I know that when I meditate, it slows me down. it centers me and connects me to my intuition, which is not a normal thing for me. As we talked about, I'm more of an Aquarius. Well, I feel funny when I'm trying to say that, but I'm a more logical person, and like I said, I am an overthinker, and naturally I'm in my mind, and I'm still trying to get over my anxiety and my thinking of the worst case scenarios, and still have a lot of healing and stuff to do. So I believe, you know, and a part of me also knows that and this is what the intuitive practitioner told me, is that I am intuitive, I have gifts, I am meant to heal and be a healer and all the things, and it's like, but what I'm gonna have to learn is to get out of my like head more and trust my intuition more and connect with my guides more. And I feel like there's a blockage when it comes to that for some reason, and well, really, to be honest, because of my fear of letting go and my fear of the unknown. Part of me is is excited to connect to that part, and I know if I become a healer, and I'm very like in tune with my intuition, and I know that comes with connecting with the unknown, with my guides, with things that I don't believe is like gonna be harmful for me. It's not like evil or anything like that. These are actual people that are here to guide you, and also like my ancestors or my grandma who have passed and everything like that. So like, once again, I guess part of me is very excited to do that and know that that is my calling, but a part of me, the logical human experience part of me, is just like, there's a battle with both with that. So I definitely want to, but I do believe, as I just got, that meditating every day will get me there, will help me slowly break down those blockages that I have, and really be able to have a harmony between my spirituality and also just like living my day-to-day lives. The feminine, the masculine, the yin and the yang, the unconscious and conscious. So yeah, that's my little overview, but I'm gonna read the cards, read the meanings. So meditate. All right. You've been meaning to meditate, and maybe you're managing to sometimes. Okay, I already feel called out. Okay, I already feel called out. Okay, I swear my spirit guides be calling me out. Like, I can't put nothing past. Honestly, it's funny because like when your body don't lie. You can talk a good talk to everybody else and to yourself and mentally tell yourself stuff, but like when you connect to your body will expose you. Like, there's been times where I went into like certain like energy healings when I used to, you know, be connected with my intuitive practitioner, and I would tell myself like, I feel better about whatever situation, like I feel good, and then she would literally come out, I would get my healing, and she'll tell me what she found, and she exposes all of the things that I kind of pushed back that I thought that I was over with. And she was just like, no, I see this in you. And I'm like, it's still there? Like, oh snap. Like, I guess I was trying to put on this front like I am doing this or whatever so much. But it's just like, no, the body tells all. Anyways, the point is, I feel like this is true. Anyways, you've been meaning to meditate, and maybe you're managing to sometimes. However, if you really want to live a fully grounded and guided sixth sensory life in the flow of synchronicity and good vibes, you must meditate every day. I know it takes time and commitment, but the gain is worth the effort. Hey, this is not just for me, okay? This is for you guys too. There's a reason why I decided to turn on this camera today and film my whole practice, because clearly you who are watching this video needed to hear this message too, okay? So we both need to get on it. I know it takes time and commitment, but the gain is worth the effort. It stabilizes your sixth sense, which is your intuition, and trains your mind to quiet down so that you can hear your vibes more accurately. View meditation as a gift, not as an assignment or an unpleasant duty. You don't have to meditate for a long time to be successful. 10 to 20 minutes is adequate. What is far more important is to meditate at the same time every day, which is something that I'm trying to get better at. I really am. I need to figure out what's like a good time for me. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. The more consistent and predictable it is, the easier it becomes. Your subconscious mind starts to anticipate that time as a moment to relax and listen to your higher self, and it cooperates. If you're consistent, you'll receive the guidance you seek as you meditate. It's simple. Start with breathing slowly in to the count of 4 and then out to the count of 4, and relax. Think only of your breath and being. Start with 5 minutes and work up to 15 minutes. It was just what I did. If your mind wanders, don't worry. Simply go back to breathing. Be patient and stay with it. Look forward to it. Enjoy your meditation time. It's an appointment with peace. I love that. So I guess that's what I'll be doing. That's my 28. That's one of my goals for being 28. I guess we're meditating, or I'm meditating every day. Should I document it? Meditating every day throughout my 28. Well, I have to figure that out. I feel like that'll be great to like help others, because once again, meditation is the key to unlocking our intuition. Meditation is a time with peace, but it's also a time to strengthen our intuition, and that's ultimately, I think, I always say my prediction this year, whether I'm a part of that or not, which I do believe that I am going to be a part of, helping people connect or learn to connect and lead with their intuition. I do believe, something tells me, I don't know, maybe because, I don't know, something just tells me intuitively that this year people are going to really start to tap into their intuition, to lead with their intuition. I'm just so excited for this year. I just do believe this is going to be the year of like spiritual awakening collectively, but not just like the because I think spirituality was very common and has been popular, but it's been popular for all the wrong reasons. It's been more like for aesthetics, like the hippie looks, or the whatever looks, or crystals, or this and tarot like tools. But I think this year people are really going to really learn what being spiritual is all about, and it's not for like looking aesthetic and doing all and having crystals. Like, yes, you can do that, all for it, but that's surface level spirituality. Real spirituality is not the pretty stuff. That is doing your practices every day, even on the days, especially on the days when you don't want to. And that's doing your energy healing and your shadow work and all the stuff like that. The ugly parts, that aren't pretty. So maybe I should post that more. The real parts of spirituality. Okay, and then Anima. I had this card again before, and I don't know, I just didn't really understand I didn't understand the meaning. Maybe I'm going to have to look into more about what anima means. But I'll read what it says on here first. The anima and animus, or the male within female and the female within male. Okay, so we know it's giving feminine and masculine. They represent a union of opposites, a marriage of day and night, black and white. Once united, they gradually straighten our drunken loop-sidedness. When our left and right spheres learn to speak to one another, logic and intuition come together and evolve a deeper perception, allowing us to think and feel with cohesion. Oh my gosh. If that doesn't tell you something right there, wasn't I literally just talking about how that was my struggle as I was just doing these cards, shuffling these cards. And usually I don't do that. I'll shuffle the cards and I have to like focus on like asking a question. Like I'll be like, what's my message of the day and stuff. But I was just talking about my experience and I didn't even realize I was shuffling the cards, and then a card came out and I was literally just talking about how I struggle with that. My guides are listening. I'm sure they're here. It's a crazy concept. That part scares me because I'm like, oh my gosh. But I don't want to. I hope, this is why I'm documenting this, because I hope to look back on a year later and be like, not, and like I said, get over that block. But I guess through I will have to do that to get through it. So, okay, back to this. She and he are bound together in a chemical or it's CHYMICAL. I'll have to look research. Okay, fine, I'll look at it. Oh, it says she and he are bound together in I don't even know what you will how you pronounce it. Chemical wedding. And then I just looked up what chemical wedding is. The Chemical Wedding is a 1988 novel about the intertwined lives of 6 people in 2 different eras. Lives of 6 people in 2 different eras? Oh, spiritual and physical. Marriage of opposites, dark and light, male and female, spiritual and physical. Oh, this is like, oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, so there it is. Spiritual and physical. Okay. So she and he are bound together. The logic and intuition, the black and white, the day and night, the male and female energies, masculine, feminine. She and he are bound together in a chemical wedding, equal partners within a single form, encompassing not just their converse faces, but all the shades and variations that exist between their polarities. Together they are far more than the sum of their parts, or the mere symbol of yin and yang. They are the embodiment of cohesion and harmony. The golden sun and silver moon pursue higher callings, language as poetry, math as pattern, the elegant dance of body and soul, the art of listening, eye contact, the ways of touching, the reading of emotion, the kindness for its own sake. The anima and animus are lovers with a bond beyond mere carnality. Through the prisms of their fused halves, light is redirected to create a new spectrum of color that will reveal the trapdoor between our conscious and unconscious minds. Wow. So, all right, it's done. My camera's dying again. So my guide is telling me, girl, you've learned, you got connected with people like this intuitive practitioner, and you got the job that you didn't think you'd ever work at a metaphysical store. You learned a lot. You went through some challenges, and you've experienced things that you've never experienced before, and you've had blessings and challenges, and you learn to meditate and get connected with your spirituality. You've developed a spiritual practice. You've further learned about astrology and all of these things you need to take away. But yeah, ultimately now it's about being consistent and showing up every day to really gain the benefits of the practice, and really learn to become in harmony with the 2 parts, the conscious and the unconscious, the the logic and the intuition, like we said, and blend those together so they can become a harmonious into like one. It is not like separate, you know. Oh wow, thank you guides, thank you so much. I love my spirit guides. I always laugh and joke and say like I love you guys from a distance, because I'm not necessarily ready to like, you know, because when I was talking to my intuitive practitioner, she would tell me like all the ways, like once you start to get really, really connected and with your guides and everything, like you will start, some people are so gifted that they hear stuff, you know, they get downloads, or like you'll start seeing certain, not seeing like you, but it's not like you're gonna see like full, maybe some people will see like different, I don't even know what they see. I don't know if it's like full like shadows or full things, but some people are really gifted to be able to see, you know, the other side per se, and see certain things. And oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm there yet, okay? Or, you know, I think that part, a lot of people, but let's just also, let me say that a lot of people who are born with gifts was scared at first. And then also they couldn't talk about it to other people because it would make them feel like there was something was wrong with them. When really, no, they just were born gifted to be able to see the things that we don't see. Like normal people who are not very spiritually in tune won't, you know? So, but there is a different side to life. There is another side. There is a spiritual, there are things floating in this air that we can't see, and floating in, I don't even know if the air, but the atmosphere, I don't know. I mean, and then if, you know, if you don't believe that, then how do you believe electricity? You know, there's a bunch of like waves going on. So every, like there's, so things can be connected to things. Electricity can happen. We have internet. There's waves. We can't see that. When people, like I said, when people pass, I always bring this up because last year was the first year of me seeing like a death, a person pass, and it was just crazy to see like their chest moving and breathing, and then it's stopping, and knowing that their soul has ascended, their soul has left it them because they're no longer breathing. But I didn't see, you don't see that, you know. So it's just like there's a lot of things that we don't see, and it's like, you know, I think everybody has a right to believe whatever they believe and whatever resonates to them with them and makes them feel good. I don't believe in this is right, this is wrong. I just believe that I think we all should collectively be able to at least admit that we don't know nothing. Like we don't know anything. We know, you know, even, yeah, you could say science is all of this evidence, but like ultimately we don't know until it's our time to go. So, but feelings and experiences are, and connections, and like I said, experiences and just certain things like show you if you are awakened, if you're trying to see it. At least a lot of people aren't awakened, and a lot of people aren't trying to be. Because it does come with some crazy like stuff, you know. You really do have to really be open-minded to really, yeah, you have to be awakened and open-minded and open, you know, and connected to really be tapped in and aligned and everything. So that was this is gonna be my last practice of my 27 year. This was the hardest year of my life. I lost the most important person in my life, but it was hard. It was my first, it was so hard to deal with it, but now I can talk about my grandma and think of all the amazing things that she left with me, like she's instilled in me, and I think about her, and yeah, it does make me sad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, can I not be so Cancer moon? Today is a Cancer moon, and I'm just like, oh, on Cancer moons, you're always going to be some kind of emotional. Yeah, Cancer moon just makes you more emotional. When the moon is in Cancer, you're probably going to be like a little bit more emotional, or a little bit more like connected to home and family in a certain type of sense. But yeah, the moon in Cancer is also very significant for me because the moon was in Cancer when we had her funeral, and I just won't ever forget that. So yeah, which also makes sense as to why. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this, but I wrote in my journal that I felt like she came through in my meditation practice. I'm really just exposing myself out here. I wonder if I'm going to put this on regular camera, or if I'm going to put, I'm seeing regular camera on my YouTube channel, or if I'm going to put this on my Patreon. I do want to protect myself, because I know that people are going to say, like, I know how crazy this may sound to, like I said, people who are not awakened, they're not spiritual, and I'm trying to be, trying to see if I want to attract all of, like, that kind of energy, or, like, be okay with people saying that I'm crazy and stuff, which is totally fine, because I'm very, I'm past the caring about what people think about me and my spiritual journey. I've experienced too many things for me to be persuaded by a person with a different experience. Like, I know my beliefs, and I know I know. And I also know that a lot of people aren't going to get it, and it's fine. And this channel is for those who get it. Those who get it will get it. That's my saying. But yeah, I felt like my grandma came through today, which makes sense, because there's specific days, like especially like the day of her funeral, and it being on a Cancer moon day, it just makes, she usually seems to come through on different, it's just interesting. Yeah, but I feel like on Cancer moon days, she definitely comes through more in my meditations for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for being here with me, joining me today on my last practice of being 27. I cannot wait to tap into, dive deeper into my spiritual path and really, really grow a deeper bond and trust with my intuition, and hope to help others do the same, because I think that's going to be the key to a life full of happiness and healing, and just a better, also, better people all around, and also a better community, like a better earth, or a better world, because then imagine if everyone was happy and healed and was like self-aware, and like also helping themselves, like bettering themselves, growing themselves, but it was aware of their light and dark, and was healing their traumas and stuff like that. Imagine like how beautiful this world would be, and then the kids people will have that are going, who are like this, like these, like the whole generation would change. Mental health, there will be like, what? Okay, some people will probably deal with that, but you'll be able to manage this more, so you won't have people like, just, I don't think the world will be where it is as far as just with the darkness parts. Imagine an enlightened world. Oh, a girl could hope and dream, right? Well, I can do my best in this world to at least share my light to those who are open to receiving. So yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for being with me on my last practice of my last day of being 27, my last practice in my 27, as a 27-year-old. I'm very happy with this guidance that I received today. And I don't know, who knows, maybe I guess I'll come out with, am I going to do a challenge? We'll see. Check back, as always, check back tomorrow for another video, because I do daily posts, sometimes multiple times a day, if I have the time, or if I'm feeling spontaneous. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Hope if you did your practice. I hope your practice went well. Or I hope this inspired you to start doing your own daily practice. Okay. To 27. I can't wait to be 28.